In the 750th century Middle East, a powerful dynasty emerged within the Muslim Empire, overthrowing the Umayyad Caliphate and reigning for 5 centuries before being devastated by the Mongol invasion. It's one of the most influential empires in Islamic history, representing a golden age of culture, science, and trade. This is no ordinary story. This is the story of the Abbasid Caliphate. The early expansion of Islam, following the life of Prophet Muhammad, was a transformative period that laid the groundwork for the establishment of the Caliphate. Central to this expansion was the city of Medina, which became a crucial hub for the nascent Muslim community. After the Prophet's migration from Mecca to Medina, his followers, known as the Ansar, played a vital role in supporting and spreading the new faith. The leadership of the Muslim community transitioned to the caliphs, beginning with Abu Bakr, who is credited with unifying the Arabian Peninsula through a series of military campaigns known as the Ridda Wars. These campaigns were essential in quelling dissent and ensuring the stability of the fledgling Islamic State. Under Abu Bakr's successor, Uthman, the expansion continued aggressively, with significant military campaigns launched against the Eastern Roman and Sassanid empires. These conquests not only expanded the territory under Muslim control, but also facilitated the spread of Islamic teachings and culture across vast regions. Key figures like Abu Bakr and Uthman were instrumental in shaping the early caliphate, establishing administrative structures and promoting the compilation of the Quran. Their leadership during this critical time set the stage for the rapid growth of Islam, transforming it from a local movement into a major world religion. This early expansion laid the foundation for the rich and diverse Islamic civilization that would follow. The establishment of the Umayyad Caliphate was marked by significant internal conflicts that arose following the assassination of Uthman in 656 CE. Uthman's rule had become increasingly controversial, leading to widespread discontent among various factions within the Muslim community. His assassination ignited a civil war known as the Fitna, which pitted supporters of Uthman against those loyal to Ali, the Prophet Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law. Ali's ascension to the caliphate was met with resistance, particularly from Muawiyah, the governor of Syria, and a relative of Uthman, who demanded retribution for Uthman's murder. This rivalry escalated into a power struggle that would define the early Umayyad period. The conflict culminated in the Battle of Siffin in 657 CE, where Ali's forces clashed with Muawiyah's army, ultimately leading to a stalemate and the arbitration that further deepened divisions within the Muslim community. One of the most significant events during this tumultuous time was the Battle of Karbala in 680 CE, where Ali's son, Hussein, stood against the Umayyad forces led by Yazid, Muawiyah's successor. Hussein's martyrdom became a pivotal moment in Islamic history, symbolizing the struggle against tyranny and injustice. This event not only solidified the divide between Sunni and Shia Muslims, but also established the foundation for Shia identity and beliefs. The legacy of these conflicts and the establishment of the Umayyad Caliphate profoundly shaped the political and religious landscape of Islam, influencing sectarian divisions that continue to resonate in contemporary times. The Abbasid uprising against the Umayyad Caliphate was fueled by a combination of discontent among non-Arab Muslims and strategic leadership from the Abbasid family. As the Umayyads favored Arab elites, many non-Arab Muslims, particularly Persians, felt marginalized and excluded from political power and religious authority. This growing resentment created a fertile ground for rebellion as diverse groups sought a more inclusive governance that recognized their contributions to the Islamic community. The Abbasids, claiming descent from the Prophet Muhammad's uncle Abbas, positioned themselves as champions of this cause, advocating for a more equitable society. A key figure in the uprising was Abu Muslim, who emerged as a charismatic leader in Khorasan, a region that played a crucial role in the revolution, utilizing the black banners as a powerful symbol of the revolution. He rallied support among various factions disillusioned with Umayyad rule. These banners represented not only the Abbasid cause, but also the promise of justice and reform, uniting disparate groups under a common goal. The geographical significance of Khorasan cannot be overstated. It served as a strategic base for the uprising, allowing for the mobilization of forces and resources necessary to challenge the Umayyads effectively. The region's diverse population and its historical connections to earlier Islamic conquests provided a rich tapestry of support for the Abbasid movement. Ultimately, the combination of widespread discontent, effective leadership, and strategic geographical advantages culminated in the successful overthrow of the Umayyad Caliphate, paving the way for the establishment of the Abbasid dynasty and a new era in Islamic history. The establishment of the Abbasid Caliphate in 750 CE marked a significant turning point in Islamic history, with Abu Abbas al-Saffah becoming the first Abbasid Caliph. His rise to power followed the successful overthrow of the Umayyad dynasty, which had faced increasing discontent among various factions within the Muslim community. One of the first actions taken by al-Saffah was the relocation of the capital from Damascus to Kufa, a city in present-day Iraq. This strategic move was crucial, as Kufa was not only centrally located within the Islamic Empire, but also served as a melting pot of diverse cultures and ideas, allowing the Abbasids to consolidate their power and influence. However, the early years of the Abbasid Caliphate were not without challenges. The new regime faced immediate threats from remnants of the Umayyad loyalists who sought to reclaim power. Additionally, the Abbasids had to navigate complex relationships with various ethnic and tribal groups within their empire. One of the significant military challenges during this period was the campaign against the Tang dynasty in China, which culminated in the historic Battle of Talas in 751 CE. This battle was pivotal, as it not only halted the Tang expansion into Central Asia, but also facilitated cultural exchanges, including the transmission of paper-making technology to the Islamic world. The Abbasid victory at Talas solidified their military reputation and expanded their influence in the region. Despite the early challenges, the Abbasid Caliphate laid the groundwork for a flourishing era of cultural and intellectual achievements that would define the golden age of Islam. During the Abbasid reign, particularly from the 8th to the 13th centuries, the Islamic world experienced a remarkable flourishing of culture and intellectual achievements, with Baghdad emerging as the epicenter of this vibrant era. Founded by the Abbasids in 762 CE, Baghdad quickly transformed into a cultural and intellectual hub, attracting scholars, poets, and artists from across the empire and beyond. The city's strategic location along trade routes facilitated the exchange of ideas and goods, fostering an environment ripe for innovation and creativity. Key figures such as Caliph Harun al-Rashid and his influential mother al-Qayzuran played pivotal roles in promoting this cultural renaissance. Harun al-Rashid's reign is often romanticized in tales like 1001 Nights, reflecting the opulence and intellectual vibrancy of the time. Under his patronage, the House of Wisdom was established, serving as a major center for translation and scholarly work, where Greek, Persian, and Indian texts were translated into Arabic, preserving and expanding upon ancient knowledge. The Abbasid period witnessed significant advancements in various fields, including science, literature, and the arts. Scholars like al-Khwarizmi made groundbreaking contributions to mathematics, particularly in algebra, while al-Razi and Ibn Sina advanced the fields of medicine and philosophy. In literature, poets like al-Mutanabi and prose writers enriched Arabic literature with their profound works. The arts flourished as well, with intricate calligraphy, stunning architecture, and exquisite textiles reflecting the era's aesthetic sensibilities. Overall, the cultural and intellectual achievements during the Abbasid reign laid the foundation for future advancements and left an enduring legacy that continues to influence the world today. The Abbasid Caliphate's interactions with other empires and trade networks were instrumental in shaping its influence and fostering cultural exchanges. One notable diplomatic relationship was with Charlemagne, the king of the Franks, who ruled in the late 8th and early 9th centuries. This connection was marked by mutual respect and a shared interest in knowledge and trade. The exchange of envoys and gifts between the two leaders facilitated cultural interactions, allowing for the transfer of ideas, technologies, and artistic influences that enriched both Islamic and European societies. The significance of the Silk Roads during the Abbasid period cannot be overstated. These ancient trade routes connected the Islamic world with regions as far as China, India, and Europe, enabling the flow of goods, ideas, and innovations. The Abbasids capitalized on this network, enhancing their economy through trade in silk, spices, and precious metals. This vibrant exchange not only bolstered the Abbasid economy, but also facilitated the transfer of knowledge, including advancements in science, mathematics, and medicine, which were shared among diverse cultures along the routes. Another transformative development during this time was the introduction of paper production, which had a profound impact on administration and culture. The The Abbasids learned the art of papermaking from Chinese prisoners after the Battle of Talas in 751 CE. This innovation revolutionized record-keeping and documentation, allowing for more efficient administration and the proliferation of literature and scholarship. The availability of paper led to the establishment of libraries and schools, fostering a culture of learning and intellectual pursuit that defined the Abbasid Golden Age. Overall, the Abbasid Caliphate's interactions with other empires and trade networks significantly enriched its cultural and intellectual landscape, leaving a lasting legacy. The Abbasid Caliphate, despite its cultural and intellectual achievements, faced a myriad of internal and external challenges that ultimately contributed to its decline. One of the significant internal challenges arose from revolts in Khorasan, where dissatisfaction with the central authority grew among various factions. These revolts highlighted the increasing discontent among non-Arab Muslims and regional leaders who felt marginalized under Abbasid rule. The situation was exacerbated by the eventual death of Caliph Harun al-Rashid in 809 CE, a ruler whose leadership had provided stability and prosperity. His passing led to a power struggle among his heirs, further destabilizing the caliphate and weakening its governance. Another critical internal challenge was the rise of slave soldiers, known as Mamluks, who became increasingly influential in the military and political spheres. Initially employed for their loyalty and military prowess, these soldiers gradually gained power and autonomy, often undermining the authority of the caliphs. Their growing influence shifted the balance of power within the caliphate, leading to a fragmented governance structure that struggled to maintain control over its vast territories. Externally, the Abbasid Caliphate faced significant threats, most notably from the Mongol invasions in the 13th century. The Mongols, under Genghis Khan and later his descendants, launched devastating campaigns that swept through the Islamic world. The most catastrophic event was the sack of Baghdad in 1258 CE, which marked the end of the Abbasid Caliphate's political power and resulted in widespread destruction and loss of life. This invasion not only dismantled the Abbasid authority, but also signified a dramatic shift in the balance of power in the region, leading to the rise of new empires and the fragmentation of the Islamic world. In summary, the Abbasid Caliphate represents a pivotal era in Islamic history, characterized by remarkable cultural and intellectual achievements that have left an indelible mark on the world. From its establishment in 750 CE under Abu Abbas al-Safa to its flourishing capital in Baghdad, the Abbasid period was a time of unprecedented growth in science, literature, and the arts. The Caliphate's interactions with other empires, such as its diplomatic relations with Charlemagne and the vibrant trade along the Silk Roads, facilitated the exchange of ideas and innovations that enriched both Islamic and global cultures. Moreover, the Abbasid era was marked by significant challenges, including internal revolts, the rise of slave soldiers, and external threats like the Mongol invasions. These factors ultimately contributed to the decline of the caliphate, yet the legacy of this period continues to resonate today. The advancements made in mathematics, medicine, and philosophy during the Abbasid reign laid the groundwork for future developments in these fields, influencing generations of scholars and thinkers. As we reflect on the profound cultural and intellectual legacy of the Abbasid Caliphate, we invite you to consider how this era shaped not only Islamic civilization, but also the broader tapestry of world history. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Abbasid Caliphate and wish to learn more about historical topics, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others who may be interested. Your support helps us continue to bring you engaging and informative content about the rich history that shapes our world today.